All right, hey comrades, what's up? Hope you're all doing great. We're here to talk about Wizards and Warriors. What is Wizards and Warriors? Wizards and Warriors is a thing I'm playing on my PlayStation Vita on the plane because I guess the power capacity for my laptop is too much for like the shitty plane plugs or whatever. So I took a little trip because I'm doing like a class online and to get a second master's degree because I'm an idiot. And 'cause it's more so that I hate myself. And so I'm in the process of that, I had to fly across the country and whatnot. And I was hoping to just play some games or do some shit on my computer, but it didn't work out. So I had to use the RetroArch thing I installed on my PlayStation Vita. So I could play, so essentially so my son could play like Mario and leave me the fuck alone. But I threw some stuff on there just in case, and I'm glad I did because then I had like nothing to do on this plane ride but play through this game. So what is Wizards and Warriors? It's an old Nintendo game. It's actually two games, and they're made by Rare Limited. You might know them. They do like bunch of fucking Nintendo games that I never played. I think they did Killer Instinct, which is an old fighting game I actually really enjoyed. They did I think they did that first-person shooter on the 64 that people like, that they remade and it was terrible. What else did they do? Conker's Bad Fur Day, I think they did. What are they most popularly known for? That's what I'm trying to remember. Anyway, they were like very involved in like making Nintendo games. I think they made some other games for their systems too, but they were like very closely associated with Nintendo in like the 90s and early 2000s. But before all that, I guess they also were closely associated with Nintendo. They made this game. I almost said this shitty game, but I don't know if it's shitty. It's they're interesting. There's two of them. There's Wizards and Warriors, and then there's Iron Sword, Wizards and Warriors 2. They're both like platforming combat games, kind of in the vein, almost like a Metrovania style game. Yeah, they kind of are actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, like because you progress, you jump around these levels, you gather items, in the first game you gather gems, and then keys, and use these things to like unlock things that you need, and then unlock like magic spells that you have to fight like, oh no, that's the second one. In the second one you have to find like treasure chests with spells in them, and the certain spells have to be used to fight the bosses, which is super annoying. The first game is, in my opinion, hands down better than the second game, because the second game adds all this extra like bullshit, but also makes the game like 1,000 times harder. Like the first game, the game is pretty hard and you die a lot, but you have like unlimited continues, and the only thing you lose when you like have to use a continue, like I think you have 2 lives, and so you have 2 lives, and then when you lose those 2 lives and you have to use a continue, you lose your score. And then it's got like this ranking thing at the end, and I was like, because at first I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die so much, time to like save scum like crazy, like save state. And then at some point I realized that like I was spending all this time like save stating, and it's literally, even if you continue, it's not even you continue at the beginning of the level, you just continue where you died. So like the game's exceedingly forgiving, so like you can really like move around, explore, try things out, see what works, what doesn't work. Well, Wizards and Warriors 2, it seemed like it got unlimited continues, but then at some point, I guess I used all the continues that so you have 2 to 3 lives. You start off with like 2 lives. You can get up to 3 lives at a time, and then you can find like 1-ups, or in some cases you can go to like a merchant and buy more lives. But like not all merchants sell extra lives. They all sell food. God, it's like the game does all this stuff to like make improvements, but at the same time I feel like it just makes the gameplay worse. Like it's like more annoying, there's like more stuff to juggle, and the game doesn't give you like ways to juggle it very well. Like all the bosses have to be attacked. Like you have a sword and you can literally attack with the sword, but the range on the sword, he doesn't even like, the guy, it's like he's holding the sword straight up and then he'll just go like back and forth. Like he doesn't even move it forward to attack. So like bad guys have to practice, you have to be like swinging the sword, and the bad guys have to like pretty much run into you in both games. Like in the first game, it's a little bit more forgiving. Like you lean the sword out a little bit, but in the first game, it's like he's holding it right in front of his face and he's just swinging it back and forth when you attack. And so it's like, the fuck, man. But if bad guys like run into you from the front, it'll just kill them, right? So essentially it's like, okay, so I just have to like jump at guys or like move towards them in a way that like the little sword sprite will like hit them, and then I will do damage to them. Like, what the fuck, man? But in the first game, pretty quickly, you open a treasure chest and you get a dagger, and this dagger is incredible because it throws a dagger. So like instead of just having this like squiggly little sword thing in your face that you're trying to fend off enemies, every time you attack, you throw a dagger, and it's like, oh my god, what a revelation! you get it like in the first level, like almost right away. Like it's not like immediate. Like you start off in like a tree. Oh no, do you start off in the tree? No, you start off like in a forest, and then you jump into like a tree, and you climb up to like the top, and then you like move over, and there's like a knight guarding a path, and we'll get to that in a minute. And then there's like a treasure chest right there, and you open it up, and it's like a dagger, and like, the fuck is this? And you attack, and I was like, oh my god, damn, dude, this makes the game 1,000 times better. And then in the second game, you get spells that you get spells that you have to get to hurt the boss of each level. But you only get them in like part 2, so each level is broken into like 2 parts, and you only get those in the second part. And they cost magic, and magic is like the rarest thing to get. Like sometimes, very rarely, occasionally, a bad guy will drop like a tiny little bit of mana regeneration, and then occasionally, like maybe a couple. I think the most there was one level that had like 3 spots, but usually it's 1 or 2 spots, if that. Where if you like randomly jump into these spots, it will like give you like 5 mana points or 6, which doesn't even fill your bar up halfway. Like my bar was like, I never saw it more than halfway, ever. There might have been one time now that I'm thinking about it, because there's like when you're fighting like in the second boss level, you can keep circling around like 2 different sections, and every time you leave a section and go to the next section, it like resets some of this stuff. So I found a spot where you could charge mana, and I just kept resetting it and going back to it, but like never happens again. Like from here on out, there's not like a resetting necessarily, like a loop that you can do. Now you can enter like hidden areas, but those hidden areas don't seem to reset things like that, like the mana regeneration. And so then you're just like fucked. And so you got to just like putz around. And the problem is, if you have any mana at all and you have one of these boss killing powers equipped, which there's no way to unequip it. Like once you get it, it's like equipped. If you attack, like if you press the attack button, you will cast the spell. And so then you're draining mana. And so like once you have it, you just have to like jump into enemies, and it's like, oh my god, damn, dude. And it uses a password system, so I think you're supposed to like, which is just, again, it's like annoying, because what you get the password, you can use the password. So if when you die, because the game doesn't have unlimited continues, and I guess I used them all up against fighting the first boss, because it was working then. Or maybe after the first level, it's like, go fuck yourself. Someone who really needs to make like a fix on this and re-release this game. But this game is like so obscure. Like I remember playing it at like my cousin's house. Like I don't remember which one of them, and just being enamored. It's one of those things like I played as like a very young child, like on the Nintendo, or like it's like one of the first games I ever played, and I was just like enamored with the whole like, wow, look at this thing. You can jump around, and you got a sword, and like you can throw dag. Like I remember like very like little about it, but I remember it, and so when it's like, oh, Wizards of War, I remember that game. I should play it, beat it this time, since now I'm an adult and I can like figure it out. And I was, Anyway, so you can use this you can use the password system with these ridiculously long passwords to like start with all your stuff at the beginning of the level. And then there's like a whole thing where you have these like secret items you can find. I don't know what the fuck they do. Maybe if you get them all, the last boss is actually easy. But if you ever have to use if you ever have to use the password system, you lose all that stuff. So it doesn't carry forward with the password system. So you have to play like I don't even know. You'd have to play and like never die, like a no-hit run, essentially. Or just like be good enough to never use continues somehow. Jesus. To get to this point, and it's just like, holy shit, man, like what the fuck? It was so goddamn hard. Like I was like, how are you supposed to beat this without cheating? Like it was like mind-boggling to get through these games, to get through the second game. Like I had to severe, like I was like save stating like every hit that I got on one of these bosses, because like sometimes they like are flying. You get to the last boss of the second game, and you're fighting all 4 bosses, but they're all like balls, like tiny balls that are like half the size of the character you're playing, and they fly around like crazy. And so you have to like time these shots, and they're constantly shooting things at you, and so you have to like dodge. And you can hit them, but if, again, the problem is not hitting the balls or like dodging them necessarily, but sometimes they do real asshole things. Like they'll go off screen, and then you'll just be like standing there, and then they'll pop up right below you. But they don't always do that, so it's not like you can always. It's not something like a Dark Souls where it's like, okay, I know this move they're doing. I can like anticipate it and like the time. Like it's all about me getting good. It's literally like I would save I was save state scumming or whatever, right? So I'd be standing there, and then the guy'd pop up underneath me, and so then I'd reload. And this time I'd stand there and then jump at the last second, and then the guy would appear exactly where I jumped to, and I was like, "Fuck you, game!" Like there was like no way to dodge this guy. So it was just like random. I was like, Jesus Christ, fuck you, game. Jeez. Oh man. It was awful. And the first game had an awful last boss too, but that's because he regenerated life and teleports around. So it wasn't that he was hard at all. It was just that like there's like a huge level and he would just teleport all over the fucking place. It's okay, but he teleports randomly. Like literally randomly. So it's not like I would save state scum, right? So I would hit him and save, and then I'd wait to see where he appeared, and I was like, all right, then I'd reload, and then I'd go to that spot where he's supposed to appear, and he would appear somewhere else, and I'm like, well, maybe it's based on where I'm standing. So then I would just stay in the exact spot, and then he would appear somewhere else, and so it's like every time he teleports, that's when the game decides like where the game decides right before he appears like where he's gonna appear, and it was like Lord, give me strength. like I save state, reset. Like I use save states like every hit on this last boss, and it still took me like 20 fucking minutes to kill this guy in the first game. And I was like, nothing in the game was like that before. Like I was just like, holy shit, game. Like what the fuck? Like why does he regenerate life? Because he would teleport like all over the place, and like every time he teleports, he gains like a life back. And when he shows up, your dagger does like 2 damage. Right, and if you can directly hit him, I think it does 3. But then it's like if you're chasing this guy around, and it's not like you're chasing him around. You don't know where the fuck he's gonna appear. He can appear anywhere, so he can just like be far away from you, casting his like tiny weak ass spell. And God forbid if he teleports right to where you're at, he does like half your life. Like it's like Jesus, what the fuck, man? God damn. Okay, so. Aside from that, I enjoyed the first game. The second game was a headache to get through. Like the first game, I just figured it out. I'd like wander around these dungeons. You have infinite lives, whatever. That's not really that confusing. Like I could just like in my mind, I could construct like the level and be moving around and kind of figure it out. The second game was literally like a fuck you. Every time, everything about the second game is like, hey, did you enjoy the first game? I was like, yeah, I kind of did. It's like, well, go fuck yourself. And like that's how I felt the entire time. Like the levels are confusing. You have to get like other spells to activate certain things and use them in like very specific spots. And there's no explanation about anything. There's no explanation about what the spells actually do. It's trial and error. And again, the spells cost mana, which is like impossible to get. So like, if you're just playing this fucking game, you're like, well, I don't know what to do. It's like maybe I have to use this spell here, and you use it and it doesn't do shit, or you use it in the exact right spot and it just doesn't fucking work because fuck you. And then it's like, well, now I'm out of mana. Now I gotta like wander around this goddamn awful level where like lava's shooting at me constantly and be like, god damn, I hate this game so much. And I broke down like in this game. Like I was like save stating like crazy, and I was like cheating. Like I was save stating. Like you can go, every merchant has like a gambling game you can play. So like I would just like, and the gambling game is like awful too, because again, there's no way to predict it. It's not like, okay, so it's got 4 cups and you drops the skull and the skull randomly falls in one of the cups. And if you're like, okay, I saved before I hit the button and then I chose the cup, and then you see the skull falls into that cup over there. So you reset and you choose that cup and it falls in a different cup. And I was like, oh my god damn, dude. Like what am I supposed to do with this? So that was a drag, but you have to gamble. Like I had to gamble because I had like no life ever, and nothing drops life. Like occasionally, like a little bit more often than you get mana, they'll drop like a turkey leg or whatever. But you need 2 turkey legs to gain any life back, and then you get like a minuscule amount of life back. And it's like meanwhile you have like 4 different things flying around the thing. Things are shooting things at you. It's like a fucking Gradius game. Like you're trying to like dodge, and like you can hit certain attacks you can't hit to like get rid of them. But you have to hit them at like a certain angle. And remember, you can't use your sword, because if you use your sword after you get like the boss spell, you're using mana. And so by the time you get to the boss, you have no mana left, and you can't hurt it without using the goddamn spell. And if you accidentally run into the boss before you even have the spell, like before you find the spell, you like insta die, and it's like, what the fuck, game? Like, Like I can honestly say I did not enjoy a single moment of playing the second game. While the first game was supremely enjoyable. Like I enjoyed the shit out of it. Like I would recommend, hey, if you like old school games that are kind of tough, play the first. The first game was fun. I played it and I was like, I have fond memories. And I played the second one. I was like, I now have I have even greater fond memories of the first one. The second one can eat a dick. Fuck Wizards and Warriors 2, man. That game sucked. The fuck, man. like I gotta believe whatever ROM I'm playing, like I can't believe anyone beat this game in reality. There's no fucking way anyone could possibly beat this game. And I don't know if it's like the ROM version I'm playing was like a souped up hard difficulty version or what. That I'm just not tracking. Like I just happened to like press the wrong thing, or I thought it was going to be in easy mode because I love playing games in easy mode. Like it's not even that. Like I'm not even that bad at video games. I just love cheating. I get so much more enjoyment out of cheating games than playing them for real. Unless it's like a very good like Soulsborne style game, right? I just get so much pleasure out of it. But I just can't understand how you could possibly beat this game, like unless you're cheating. Like it like. There's no possible way. It's like impossible to beat this game unless you're cheating. Like I can't even fathom how you get through this fucking thing. It was so awful. Yeah, Kari got it. Stop making goddamn this piece of shit, man. Don't ever buy a Volvo. Anyway, what time is it? Oh, class already started. I gotta get going. All right, I'm gonna finish up my ramblings on this. No, I'll just do it now. Fuck it. Okay, so there's virtually no story in these games. So in the first game, there's an evil wizard that kidnapped a bunch of like ladies, and each level you go through, you rescue them. So there's like forest level, I don't remember them all, cave level, other cave level. Like you go underground for like 3 levels. Then there's like a castle level, and every time you get through a level and you beat like, I don't think you even beat a boss half the time. You just like finish the level. I'm trying to remember. I feel like there are bosses, but I don't really remember them. So there's maybe not. Anyway, after you beat each level, you rescue like a woman, and then when you finally beat the wizard at the end, you rescue like the princess you're looking for, and it's like da-da-da-da, you won. That's the story. So for the second game, again, the stories are in the manuals, right? There's like a whole and I didn't read the manuals, and I don't give a fuck because games are not worth tracking those down for. But you're like the continuation. The wizard did something. He's like coming back. There's like 4 elementals that have been created, and then there's like 4 beast kings. There's like Bear King, Dragon King, Toad King, and who is the fucking last one? Oh, Eagle King. And so, like I said, there's 2 levels in each like section of the game. So you start off, you have to find and you have to find a golden item for each of the kings. So you find like the eagle egg, and then the eagle takes you to like the other second half of the level, and then you're gonna find, which is in the clouds, and then you're gonna find the spell that will defeat like the air elemental. Then the second one. And then they're all like this, right? And then you have the next 2 levels, and the next, which is like the water elemental, and then the fire elemental, and finally like the earth elemental. And then after that, you go to like Ice Fire Mountain, and with the iron sword. So each one of these bosses gives you a piece of the iron sword, and once you get the iron sword, it does a long range attack, but only when you have fucking magic points. Anyway, so you fight your way up to the top of the Ice Fire Mountain, and all 4 elementals there. The nice thing about that is only one of them attacks you at a time, so you can go to the top and like attack all of them. But only one of them will like shoot shit at you. But for me, I had to like take them away, because even though the only one of them shoots at you, they all fly around and will bump into you. So I fought each one individually, and once you defeat them all, they like combine into like the evil wizard. Only this time you destroy the evil wizard, and he's dead for good, and you save the kingdom and save the princess, and like the 4 kings thank you for being a badass, and then like that's the end of the game, and that's Wizards and Warriors. Again, just to reiterate, Wizards and Warriors 1. Excellent game. Excellent old school kind of Metrovania game. Definitely recommend. Super fun. Lots of different items in there. Lots of different cool things to do. You have the dagger that lets you shoot long range. The whole game was just fun. Very enjoyable. Rescuing the princesses was cool. Second game, hated it. Hated everything about it. The game's a piece of shit. Do not play. Fuck that game. Fuck that game. I don't know what to say. That is the best way to do it. That game can eat a dick and die in a ditch and then set its family on fire. Fuck Wizards and Warriors 2. Piece of shit. Awful crap. Anyway, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch y'all later.